Teaching spoken English using the sounds we hear. Lesson 14 of 15. Letter names Q, U, S, H, T, H, A, L, L, A, L, K. Letter sounds qu, sh, all, or. Qu. These letters are named Q and U. When they are together, they sound like qu, as in quick, quiet, sequence, squirm. Quick, quiet, sequence, squirm. Sh. These letters are named S and H. When they are together, they sound like sh, as in ash, shoulder, squash, shall. Ash, shoulder, squash, shall. These letters are named T and H. When they are together, they sound like f, as in that, rather, thankful, theatre. That, rather, thankful, theatre. To achieve the sound f, poke your tongue out and say f. All. These letters are named A and L and L. When they are together, they sound like all, as in tall, all, hall, mall. Tall, all, hall, mall. Orc. These letters are named A and L and K. When they are together, they sound like orc, as in talk, walk, beanstalk, sleepwalk. Talk, walk, beanstalk, sleepwalk. Other examples: quench, bequest, mash, father, overall. Quench, bequest, mash, father, overall. Queen, flash, weather, hallway, talkback. Queen, flash, weather, hallway, talkback. Frequent, show, theory, football, bushwalk. Frequent, show, theory, football, bushwalk. Sentences using these sounds. On a recent trip north, we went for a bushwalk. We saw a few native species, such as koalas, and even saw a few small kangaroos. For a brief moment, the kangaroos paused in their activity and stood very still and watched us. We were very thankful that we managed to see them out in their natural habitat. On a recent trip north, we went for a bushwalk. We saw a few native species, such as koalas, and even saw a few small kangaroos. For a brief moment, the kangaroos paused in their activity and stood very still and watched us. We were very thankful that we managed to see them out in their natural habitat. Word bank. Boys, frequently, football, thankful, weather, outside, fresh. Boys, frequently, football, thankful, weather, outside, fresh. The, in the street, got together and played over in the park. They were to have the safe space. It didn't matter to them what the was like because they enjoyed being in the air. The boys in the street frequently got together and played football over in the park. They were thankful to have the safe space. It didn't matter to them what the weather was like because they enjoyed being outside in the fresh air. Extension work. Read the passage and then answer the questions below. Australia is quite a sporting nation. Fresh air and exercise is very popular. This is probably because the weather is conducive to being outside for most of the year. In summer, being at the beach is very popular. Swimming, surfing with a surfboard or body surfing, out in a boat, sailing or motorboat. Also, cricket is very popular and other team games. In winter, Australians have the choice of many different types of football, but also can go down south to the snow and ski. Questions. Number 1. What could be a reason for Australians enjoying their sport? Number 2. What does the word conducive mean in this context? Number 3, what sort of sports are enjoyed in summer? Number 4, what sort of sports are enjoyed in winter? Pause and practice. Pause. Practice saying the sentences that you have composed for your answers. Then check your answers, written answers and listening and saying, with the next slide. Practice this until you are able to say the answers fluently. Answers. Number 1. Fresh air and exercise is popular because the weather is so good most of the time. Number 2. The word conducive in this context means encouraging or likely to happen. Number 3. In summer, people enjoy water sports and cricket, among other things. Number 4, in winter, various types of football are very popular and also skiing in the snowy mountains. Conversation topic: Australia and the ANZACs. Australians and New Zealanders have long been good allies. During the First World War, they formed an allegiance that has continued to this day. This is known as the ANZACs, an acronym formed from the initial letters of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. Anzac Day is celebrated every year to pay respects to and honour the people who have fought for our country. It is commemorated in dawn services on the 25th of April each year. Does your country have or has had an alliance or special friendship with another country, especially in times of war? Discuss this in terms of commemorations of the people who have fought for your country.